See 'em? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast of them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, everybody. This is Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap, Dirt Lap the Dirt Nap,
Wow.
Vote Lap. Folks, I don't want to get preachy on here.
If it's about voting, go on and do it. Go on and preach about it. As far as I'm concerned, do it.
I'll preach on here.
You got a little bit of your daddy in you. You can do a little preaching. You got some of his blood. You also got the drinking part too. But tap into that preacher half of it, and let people know, because this is we're saying, we're talking right now. It's Monday, the 5th of November, and by the time you listen to this, it'll be time to wake up and listen to this on the way to the polls. I hope.
Well, now you can't preach about voting, or else I would lose my tax-exempt status.
What?
So I don't want to stand up here like I'm in a damn pulpit in the deep south say, now I can't stand up here and tell you who to vote for. And then you wink. Say, well, I shouldn't have lied. Here in Jesus' house, I can stand up here and tell you who to vote for.
Well, yeah,
Vote for Donald Trump.
There's a lot of that
That's
going
what the
on.
preacher would say. But here's what I want to say to you. Vote as if your life depended on it 2 years ago. And now we're trying to clean some shit up before...
there's a lot of damage is done, permanently done. Let's just be all right. The presidency will never be what it was. But there may be a couple of things, maybe a few things to save, where eventually this country can come back to be what it is. Maybe, I don't know.
You got to go out there and vote. Listen,
oh, yeah.
Just because somebody in the upstairs bathroom left the water running and everybody went on vacation for 2 years, that doesn't mean when you come back, nobody turns the faucet off.
That's right. Yeah.
You got to go turn the faucet off. That should be the first thing.
That's the first thing. That's what we're doing here.
Now, the house is ruined.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to take lots of, construct. They're going to have to, you have to bring all sorts of people in there to do some work on it. But, yeah, you right. The first thing you do, cut that off. That's what we're going to do.
You wouldn't say, this house is flooded and the floors are warped.
No, I would.
Black mold.
I'd say all that, yeah.
But you wouldn't say, I just leave it running.
No, I wouldn't. No, that'd be the first thing, like you said, to get up there and shut it off.
You might even say, well, let's just burn the whole thing down. But you would still turn the water off first.
Well, you'd have to. Fire,
What a magical fire that would be if the water wouldn't even turn that off. Well, listen, when you go to the polls, no law says you can't be drunk as fuck when you're voting.
Hey, don't do... If you like that, if you drunk, you may vote the wrong way or something. Of course, I guess in Texas and Georgia, it don't matter. You could be sober as can be and hit everything you're supposed to, and then it still comes out the other person, so...
Let me tell you something. I knew all along that Hazard County was set in Georgia, but I didn't know Boss Hogg was running for governor this year. Isn't that a thing he'd do? I thought that was going to be funny when I started it.
He must have watched every episode of Dukes of Hazzard, because that's the Boss Hogg playbook he's going through.
I run the elections. I rule the roost.
I throw out the black votes I don't want to count. I don't know if Boss Hogg ever did that.
I run in the election. No. Jackie, Boss Hogg was less racist than Kemp in Georgia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't mean to drag Boss Hogg down in the.
Boss Hogg, now this is a
He's
show.
bad, but he ain't,
This is a show where the man dressed like a plantation owner, the bad guy, and the good guys rode around with the goddamn Confederate flag on the hood of their car.
Yeah.
And on that show, the bad guy was less racist than the Republican running for governor of Georgia.
Well, a lot of them running all over the place, I think. It's King, Steve King. How the hell is that man? I don't know how that man's been in office as long as he has. Well, I guess because a lot of racists vote for him, because I can't see why anybody who is not a racist would vote for him. He's over there with people overseas that were Nazis and all this, that come back here, and they said that's, if they were here, they'd be in the GOP, and I'm sad to say that's the first time I ever agreed with Steve King on anything.
Sometimes when you go over there and you get around all them Nazis, and you start breathing that, if you're a Nazi and you start breathing that Nazi air with a bunch of other Nazis, it's like when you go to a camp meeting with a bunch of other Pentecostals, or you go to a Trump meeting with a bunch of other Trumpies, and you just start breathing that air, and everybody gets got clear-headed, and you think, oh, we're the only ones in the world like this. You know, when you're in a room and you're just messing out, and you're just like, yeah, this is where it's at. We're all doing the same thing. And then you walk out, yeah, we just did meth. And then later you're like, well, why'd I tell everybody? Because you think that everybody's a meth Nazi with you. So Steve King comes out, he's got some of that meth honesty on him. He's like, yeah, that's just what Nazis are Republicans, I guess, if they's over here.
Well, why the hell, that's what I don't understand. Why the hell they have to go over there to meet with Nazis? We got plenty of them here, evidently. We have more than I ever thought we did.
I guess he's just a old school, like a classicist.
Won't learn from the original, right? Where it all started, yeah. Anyhow, he'll probably win.
Yeah, is he even in trouble?
I know he's trouble money wise, but most GOP is, I think. What all did he? Land O'Lakes and AT&T and all these people who, let's be honest, if this is what it took for him to come back after visiting with he's put stuff on the computer and has said stuff on live on TV that is blatantly racist, and it finally took it, he had to go actually meet with actual Nazis over in Europe in order for you to decide not to, maybe we need to pull this funding. Good for them. Better late than never, I suppose, but,
sometimes it just takes, you got to put in a little extra effort to get people to notice you. You got to really, stay late at the office an hour or two. Like, what's old Steve up to? Oh, well, he's really working hard at being racist. I can't support this. My margarine empire cannot be seen supporting this racist any longer.
Speaking of, I should say, instead of thinking, because if I was thinking, I wouldn't be talking on here. I'd just be thinking to myself. But speaking of...
Well, do you not think as you're speaking? I think you can. You're talking about like
both
silent.
Sometimes.
You're talking like a thought balloon, like in a comic book or something.
But speaking of things being too racist, now, how racist, and I ain't watched it because there's no reason for me to. I said on the computer, did you see this shit? Excuse my language. Did you see what he got? The president's evidently got something saying anybody coming over the border, it touches children or kills police or whatever the hell it is. It's bad, whatever. So I ain't looked at it, and I don't want to look at it.
Was this not, I thought it was a whole new racist ad. But I think, was it just the ad where the man sitting there saying, yeah, I wish I'd killed more cops? And they're like, that's what the Democrats want to bring over here.
Yeah, they're saying that's many immigrants. I think the actual line, many immigrants, as known by everybody, are actual murders or whatnot. And it's talking about this caravan, but CNN, and I don't like to give them credit, but to their credit, they said, we're not going to air this. Then NBC aired it and caught hold of hell for it, which they should. Anybody putting something like that. If you're just putting Klan commercials on the damn television, what you're doing, you're putting the KKK, or Nazi, whatever you want to call it, on TV. So you probably shouldn't do that. But then after that, this is surprising to me. Fox damn News said we ain't going to air this. That don't make a bit of sense. If you ain't going to air that, then there's about 4 or 5 shows that you have that you ought not air either, because that's what they say on it over and over and over again.
Why would you not? What's the problem with
How can you be too racist for racist? I don't understand. Explain that to me, because I don't understand.
Also, they make Sean Hannity say he ain't going to be a guest at the Trump rally tonight. He's got to say, I'm just there to be a journalist.
Shit. Excuse my language.
Boy, this is how upset Jackie is, how nervous this election's got him.
It wore me out. Really I know it more than I ever have in my life, but since,
listen, this
President
man,
Dumbass, since he, excuse my language, but I don't like that name anymore. I don't like President, not because it's a bad word, because, and again, excuse my language when I talk about this, President Dumbass is almost endearing. You know what I mean? Oh, I like, he's a dumbass, but I don't think I need to figure out something. Maybe President, excuse my language, shit, I don't know. Is that?
cum sock?
No, SHIT is about as bad as you're going to get out of me.
What if you shit in a cum sock?
And he's earned it. What? Watch your mouth.
What if you...
President,
listen, I've had cum socks that I was much more fond of than this president.
Know what you're talking about, and I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't like it. So
what happened to that? Who threw that in the way? I had that beloved cum sock.
All right, enough.
Oh, that's a good name for my Red Dead Redemption horse. Also, listen, Jackie, I got a question here. Is Sean Hannity really going to show up at the Trump rally?
Hell, I don't know.
I can't imagine he's going to be there and not walk out on stage.
They're advertising it as such, and he's saying he can't do it, but why would he go? I think he's going to interview him or something after, so he's going to have a whole hour to run his mouth on Fox afterwards.
Now, is Rush Limbaugh going to get out there on that stage?
Ain't nobody going to know who he is if he gets up there. Who the hell? Maybe a few of the older people, but he's going to hear my good friend Rush Limbaugh. Ain't nobody going to know who he is.
It's fun to remember.
Well, that's a nostalgia trip right there for like I said, for a percentage of the people in a Trump rally, but they're going to be, I'd say more than half of them. Like, who the hell is that? He likes him, I like him.
Where is this rally?
There's one in Florida, and then there's one, I don't know, what, is it Ohio? Hell, I don't know. It's Florida is where it's got to be. That's where Rush Limbaugh is.
That makes sense. He's not going to go to Ohio.
No. Now, he down in Florida. They all live down there, don't they? They all live in Florida. Yeah, we ain't going to run this ad on Fox News. We make a stand. We ain't going to run this racist ad, but Sean Hannity going to talk to the president for an hour. He going to say worse or whatever's in that.
Folks, this is a man sitting here next to me, Jackie Broles, the man who used to hate Democrats so bad.
I still don't like them. I got no choice in the matter. And now I don't have no choice. Well, who am I? If Marshall Black should run, I'm Trump this, Trump that, and I'm Trump, and hell with you. I'm going to vote for Bredesen. And I normally wouldn't. He seems all right. I mean, I don't, for a Democrat, I guess he's about as good as you can get.
Every time I see Phil Bredesen, I'm like, I never did get that stain out of that shirt.
Huh?
He just reminds me that I got a wrinkled Sunday church shirt. I spilled barbecue sauce down the front of it from old Charlie's. And I never did get that stain out. It just reminds me of that rumpled stained church shirt.
Why?
That's what it reminds me of.
Well, all right.
Vote for him.
What does Marshall Blackburn remind you of?
Trump?
Yep. Lady Trump.
There are Lady Trumps.
Is she one of them? Yeah.
I saw an ad that she said, don't vote for Phil Bredesen. It was straight up. She's not even trying. Like Phil Bredesen wants to give control of your health care to death panels and let the government. Marshall Blackburn will never let the government. Like, that's just straight out of.
I know, you ain't got to tell me.
That's not even new. Like, he's Trump this, Trump that. Like, I guess I should be thankful that, like, she didn't blame it on Mexicans.
I'm sure there's a few, but the caravan she got on it don't have anything good to say about it,
Don't vote for her. This man, Jackie Broll, sitting next to me, spent a lifetime bashing Democrats.
And I hope someday I can go back to it, but right now that's all I got. I mean, GOP let me down, Republicans let me down. They're allowing every bit of this to happen. They ain't going to hold up a finger to him, too damn scared of him. They'll let him take a hockey all over the Constitution and not raise a finger to do a thing about it. And I hope the Democrats do. I hope they don't tell us, they're going to have to. If they luck out tomorrow, the first order of business is start looking into, what the hell's going on and why anybody do anything about nothing. But we'll see. That remains to be seen. Right now, it's a 50-50 shot. I might as well vote for them because, I don't know. Maybe they prove me wrong, but I sure as hell know every damn Republican is just sitting on with his thumb up his rear end, not doing nothing. Hell, how many of them are literally doing nothing? I ain't running anymore. Oh, hell, I'm leaving. I ain't doing this. Well, Flake, Brian, all of them, Health, all of them.
There's a flake-sized hole next to the front door of Washington where he just ran right through it. Folks, the first episode of our podcast, the very first one we ever did, almost 6 years ago, as we sit here talking, is called America's Back Behind the Barn Bleeding Out or some shit like that. That was because Obama got elected again.
We had no idea. If we was behind bleeding out then, but then now, I don't know what would be. 6 feet under, I guess. I don't know.
Still bleeding.
Well, definitely still bleeding.
Like dead for 6 years, still bleeding.
Blood still coming out, yep.
Just gushing out of us.
Yep.
Can't stop it. Drowning. Drowning in our own blood.
I just,
Not to get too dark.
I don't understand. I believe in traditional conservative values, and I still have, and how anybody could have that and tolerate any of this don't make a bit of sense to me. How every one of these churches around here local telling the congregation go out and vote, I mean, that's don't make a bit of sense to me. No, sir. Is it worth it? I know there's certain things, abortion or what, this, certain things that you have principles or matters and Trump's going to help out. But is the trade-off worth it? I guess it is for some people. I can't see why anybody would tolerate any of this stuff. Anybody that wants to tear my country in two, tear it to pieces. And doing a good job of it, too.
I never used to vote myself.
You better vote now. I made you go down there and register, didn't I?
It's kind of amazing I'm not a felon.
Well,
I used to drive by. Remember, people be standing in line to vote, and I just drive around squalling my tires. People look like, what's that idiot doing?
Yep.
Remember that one year that I had a damn bunch of water balloons, and I filled them up with damn prune juice for no reason. Like, well, they're old, ain't they? That's who votes. I guess they need some of this shit all over them.
Pitiful. That ain't funny.
Them beer cans full of sand, I'd chuck them out the window to people voting. That's how we got Trump. Voting for Trump basically is like just riding around the polling place squalling your tires.
I'd say so.
I ain't voting. Vote on you. Just doing donuts.
Well, when you go in and vote tomorrow, don't be surprised if you get a beer can full of sand upside your head.
Hey, who's going to do that? You?
I didn't say I was going to do it. Somebody may remember something.
Well, I'm trying to go out there and help America. I don't need nobody messing around.
Well, go make sure if you're going to throw anything at him, let him go in and vote when he come back out and have at it.
Are a bunch of people planning on, who are you talking to?
Well, I just heard tell. I ain't talking to anybody in specifically. I just heard tell, people who listen to this here local or whatnot. So if you say you don't, let him go inside and vote first. If you know what's good for you, you may want to stay in there. before when they come back out, it's fair game. But get that vote counted first.
They got a back door in there, don't they? I'll just go out the back.
Well, it depends on which one you're going to. You're going Mitchell Nelson Elementary School. Is that your polling place? Where is it around here?
Well, I ain't going to say on here.
Well,
but it's got a back door at Mitchell, wherever I'm going.
It be in the gym. I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I'm going to have it. Yeah.
I find a way out. I find a way in there, and I find a way out of there.
Well,
nobody's going to hit me with nothing upside the head when I'm trying to vote.
Well, I hope not. Well, we'll see, though.
Remember that one time I had saved up a whole bunch of you remember them big old cucumbers Granny got out of her garden and they just get yellow and soft and rot, and I saved up a bunch of them in some buckets and I just went through them at people voting.
Yeah. And you trust me, there's people listening right now you probably don't want to remind of that, but that's, that's up to you.
Just squalling around. For old time's sake, I might do that just like right before I go in to vote, just get the blood pumping so I can do a good blood pump vote.
Oh, that's pitiful. Why would you do that? People we're trying hard as hell to get people to vote who normally don't vote, and you're going to go do that to somebody, and that, people wonder, well, why don't you vote? Hell, last time I went, I got hit in the head with a beer can full of sand. I got prune juice thrown out all over me. Why do you think people don't vote? Low turnout year after year, because idiots like you.
Listen, I don't want this to be seen as harassment. I'm not working for the Department of Justice. I ain't one of Trump's goons. He's sending out there to make sure that voter fraud ain't really happening. What is that even? I'm out there. If I'm acting like an idiot throwing something at you, that's of my own. I don't have a dog in this race, except I want everybody who's not a Republican to win. So I guess that is harassment. So I guess I can't throw anything.
There you go.
Or do donuts in the parking lot.
You ought not do it anyway. Yeah.
But after voting's over.
Yeah, they can throw whatever at you. Yeah. When you're done voting, yeah.
Well, no, that's harassment.
Huh?
That's harassment.
How's it? You've already voted.
It's still harassment.
They didn't sway you one way or the other.
It's bullying.
You get a cucumber upside your head.
The sound those things made was amazing.
Yeah. Pitiful.
So remember to vote, folks. It's important. It's I just want him to lose enough. Republicans to lose enough to where he can't claim any kind of victory. That's it. I want Ted Cruz to lose, but is that going to happen?
I don't know. I don't know how any of this going to turn out. Don't nobody know for sure till after tomorrow. We'll see.
I want Boss Hogg in Georgia to lose, but will that happen? Marsha Blackburn could go back to working at the Christian bookstore.
That'd be good, yeah. Send it back there, not send it working for... Nope.
Is that going to happen? Probably not. But listen, go out there and do it. Vote. Prove me wrong.
Make it happen, please. Yeah, give us something to be hopeful about. Yeah. I see all this hatefulness and see all this ugliness and just racism and just the anger and all this stuff, and I just don't think the whole country is that way. Now they may have been a lot of states gerrymandered in such a way where that's all who gets to vote, but I'm telling you, I don't think this whole country. I'm not saying be optimistic or count on this by any means, because you still need to get out and vote. But I just hope. I hope I'm right. I'll find out tomorrow. People had enough of this, whether Republican or Democrat. I know 2 or 3 Republicans who don't like this, like myself, or former Republicans who are not going to be voting. There'll be a lot of Republicans. I don't know how many. That's what matters. But there will be more than usual people who were once Republican voting for the Democratic ticket this time around. I don't know if it's enough to do any good, but we'll see.
Let me tell you something. We're going to be back on here later this week. We're going to do a second episode this week.
We're going to be on back Wednesday when it's all over, so we'll either, if things go bad on Tuesday, maybe drunk, maybe need a day, but either way, we're going to be here hungover or not.
We'll find out if...
You be drunk, celebrate, too, so go either way. It didn't mean to just insinuate to get drunk if you lose. You can get drunk if you win, too.
Has America being gerrymandered and court judge stuffed by the Republicans? Has the whole system been rigged by the Republicans and then infiltrated by the racists? Let's just say that all the Republicans hadn't been racist this whole time. A lot of them were just like, man, can't wait to get these tax cuts in. They just really rigged this system up. And then here come the Nazis. They're like, oh, this apartment looks great. Nobody's living here. Like, well, actually, sir, I am. Whoa! It's time to find out how bad they fucked this country up.
Watch your mouth, but yeah.
That's giving them a lot of credit. That's not even mentioning the fact that when they were gerrymandering and stuff in the courts, that a lot of that was done using racist shit too.
Well, and also you got to be even-handed there. Democrats did as much gerrymandering as a Republican ever did. That ain't specific to either. One is to benefit yes, white supremacists more than the other. Yes, I agree with that. But
and also Republicans much better at it. Much better at winning, at rigging the system. Things just fall apart when Democrats try to do it. Republicans better at gloating.
That's why I'm worried about putting them all in there. If it does happen, they better not make going up against him fall apart. They better not. They better do this right.
Well,
it needs to be done.
Used to they tried to rig the system and then do their stuff, and now Trump just does what he wants, and they run along behind him, rigging the system after him.
Pretty much.
Eventually, they'll just stop, and he'll just do what he wants, and then it's King Trump.
If they give him carte blanche to do that after tomorrow, then that's exactly what it's going to be. If Republicans are fine in the Senate and the House and both, and they didn't try, it's over with for the most part, I think. I hope that ain't the case, but we'll see.
Let's give them a pep talk, Jackie.
Huh?
Give them a pep talk about voting. The people listening.
If they need a pep talk to go vote, then hell, it ain't worth nothing. You ought to know damn well you need to vote. Anybody watching this stuff. I don't know if any Republicans still listen to this. Probably not. Or, some of them may hate listen to it, or whatever you want to call it. And you can send us a little note and send it, whatever. I probably won't read it, but go on and do it if it makes you feel better. But if I can get 5 of however many, that's probably less than 5 are still listening to us, I bet. But whoever's still listening to this, if you go out, try voting Democrat. You've seen what's going on. Unless you like this, what's happening, which I don't see how anybody likes it unless you're an awful, hateful person. I don't understand how anybody can like you. Oh, the economy is great. Yeah, the economy seems to be good, but, they're rounding people up and putting them in cages. Is that an even trade-off? I don't think so. I ain't really a pep talk, but,
No. Here, folks, get out. Let me give this. Folks, you gotta. I think I can do it. Folks, get on up there. Your country.
If you like what America, if you want to still be a country, you need to go vote. That's what the country founded on. You showing up and voting. You saw what happened last election when nobody went and voted. You saw what you past 2 years. You see that when a lot of people didn't go vote. Don't let that happen again.
I remember a country called America, United States of, and the people around here, you stand up, put their hand over their hearts, not to make black people mad, but because they actually meant it. I remember amber waves of grain. You remember all that grain?
I remember all the grain. Yes, sir.
Shit, that stirred my heart. You remember people walking around going, I don't want no Nazis around here.
Oh, yeah.
That's the America I remember.
I want the America that kicked Nazis' rear ends all over Germany. That's what I want. I want that America back.
I want the America back that said, all right, I don't mind a dumb president, but George W. Bush is as dumb as we're going to go.
Well.
And I mean that as a compliment.
Well, yeah, make sure that's clear, yeah.
I remember a time when people said, well, we'll win this election with voting, not with throwing votes out, not with rigging everything up so that votes don't count. We'll actually get people riled up to go, we don't need a bunch of misinformation. I remember a time before Facebook.
Oh, I do. I wish I was back in it. Yeah.
I remember a time when people were dumb and racist on their own. They didn't have to look at their phone to get dumber and racister.
Nope.
I remember a time when somebody tell me something. Did you hear that when the space shuttle blew up, they were all on cocaine? And you could look at your fellow man in the eye and say, I don't believe that's true, Roger. And now we live in a time you're like, well, I don't know if I reposted it. I liked it. I don't know if you'd say something like, I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't know if this is a pep talk either. Yeah. I felt like it started off strong, but
see you trying to do the right thing, but yeah, just kind of. All we can tell you is go vote, and even if you like a president, excuse my language, shit. If you should still vote. You shouldn't. I hope you don't. But everybody should vote. Period. No matter what. Nonpartisan. That's what the country's built on. That's how it's supposed to work. And it sure as hell ain't working right now.
Go vote.
Go vote.
Even if you're a Republican, even if you like Trump, I guess, go vote. I mean, if you're a racist, fucking Nazi, Proud Boy, whatever, go fuck yourself. Don't go vote.
Yeah.
I mean, but then what are the Republicans? They're just going to go vote to keep all this shit going. So think about it.
Definitely think. There's a lot of people ain't thinking
Let's
these
put
days.
it like this. If you're listening to this and your vote tomorrow would be just straight R down the line, you got to write a paper telling me how that ain't racist. No, don't. I don't want to read that. I mean, that's just Facebook.
Hey there, everybody. This is Jackie Bros. We're still on here talking to you.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap.
You still here, too, I guess.
We're in the second half of the Red State Update podcast. Thanks for sticking around.
If you could make through anybody talking about the news, hell, I'd change the channel on I don't know why anybody listens. I know you need to keep up with what's going on in the news, but hell, I can't keep it on CNN more for 5 minutes, if that much.
And now to reward you for sticking around, we're going to plug all our other stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got what you call a Pathogen page. And if you want to help, Pedro, us, you get on there and you help keep the lights on here, as I say, help keep the computer running and the microphones are working. And all that. That's what we offer you there. And also, if you give $5 or more, you can give whatever you want. It's your dollar, whatever. But if you give $5 more, get an extra podcast that every week that nobody else gets, but except for $5 patrons. And it's called 20 Extra Minutes with Jackie and Dunlap, and that's us right here. So you just get a little bit of more of what you're asking for.
Yeah, thanks everybody for doing what you do and giving all that you're giving. That's the reason we're all still here.
Well, I can't think of any other reason to be here. That's about it. Yeah, we appreciate it. If ain't nobody listening, I wouldn't be here, I don't guess. Hell, I might be at home screaming at the damn wall. So we appreciate the opportunity to give us to scream at you. And we also appreciate all of your rates and reviews, iTunes, Chotches, YouTubes, Facebooks, Twitter swatters, all of it. We can't thank you enough for looking at us on that part of the computer as well. So thank you much. And another way we got to keep the lights on here, computers running, so the microphones are running on. What else do we need? Just electricity? I don't know. What all does it take to do this?
There's those three things.
Computer, a microphone,
electricity.
Well, I guess you're right. I didn't think about that.
Three legs of a podcast stool.
Well, yeah, you couldn't do it without either of those, I guess. Well, yeah. But the other way we keep the three of those things working is local sponsors from here at Murfreesboro, and they give us $20 to put in a good word for them, and we usually have good, decent sponsors, or at least I do on this end over here, that I'm proud to talk about here for Murfreesboroans. And, of course, if you're traveling, come into town, you check them out, too. If you're going to be around here, we'd appreciate it. We got good sponsors that could, use your help. And you could use their product. Like the one I got today, this is something special here because it's holiday themed. Something, was coming up there, too. We're in November now. And everybody winds up with a refrigerator left, a turkey. No, ain't nobody ever able to eat the whole turkey on Thanksgiving. People give it a good try too. I've seen many people. I saw you almost do it years ago. You kept eating and eating.
I'm pretty sure I've eaten a whole turkey.
Well,
you mean the bones too?
Not the bone. I'm saying on Thanksgiving though, you ain't. Yes, if you just got a turkey by itself and that's all you're eating, yes, I'd put money on it that you'd be able to finish it. But you got to remember, this Thanksgiving, you're eating stuffing, eating mashed potatoes, eating. Some people bring ham, green beans, corn, on and on and on. The pumpkin pie. Of course, you're supposed to eat that after everything else.
I had some of them little turkeys. I'm pretty sure I ate 2 or 3 of them.
Well, the little ones, yeah. I'm talking about the big turkey in the middle on Thanksgiving. You're eating all that other stuff. You're going to have some of that stuff left over, and you're definitely going to have a lot of that turkey. And I love the taste of cold turkey the next day, making turkey sandwiches the following week after Thanksgiving. Don't nothing make me happier. I look forward to that just as much as I look forward to the actual Thanksgiving meal.
You look forward to after Thanksgiving as much as you look forward to Thanksgiving?
I think I do, yeah.
That's different than Christmas, because Christmas is over by 10 a.m. on Christmas Day. And then everybody's just depressed.
Well, yeah.
Laying around in mounds of discarded wrapping paper, hungover, full of sodium, wondering how they got hooked up with the family members whose floor they're groaning on, holding their stomach right now. Another year, staring at them hungrily. 2019, staring from the bushes in the dark, its yellow eyes waiting to sink its claws and teeth into your tender stomach and drag you back into the depths of
I don't know if it
getting by day to day. You look forward to one thing, Christmas, all year round. And now guess what? Done.
Yeah. That's
Christmas Eve, that's fun, running around. Shit, I forgot to buy my kid a present. His mama's going to kill me, and that prick husband of hers.
All right, we don't have to say
that's like fun, running around buying presents for all the children of all the women you've had children with. That's great. Christmas Eve, fun. It's a game, a fun game. Christmas Day, depressing.
Afterward, you mean, after Christmas Day. The Christmas Day itself, is that depression?
Yep, Christmas Day, 10 a.m., it's done. That's it. You're over by 10 a.m.
Well, after you open the presents, I guess so. But if you got a present you really like, you sit there and look at it or play with it, whatever the hell it is.
If there's a Christmas, but yeah, so you can be disappointed, be like, I wanted this. Well, shit.
Always going to be that. Watch your mouth.
Or where's the thing I really wanted? I couldn't get you the one thing that you asked for, but I got you all this little stuff that probably, nope. I wanted one thing. Where's that? Well, Christmas. That's Christmas for you.
Yeah.
Or how about somebody saying, well, you're sitting there crying, and the real meaning of Christmas is Jesus, and like, okay, well, now Christmas is worse. So thanks for...
What? We made
thanks
it
for
worse
digging
for
the
Jesus.
knife in. Listen, maybe there's a big Christmas lunch that you got to get through. After that, it's over. So I'll give you till 2 p.m. But for the most part, 10 a.m., Christmas is done on Christmas Day, and the rest of the time you're like, shit, when did I say I was going back to work?
And some of this you're saying is borderline blasphemous. I want to say right now, I can't pinpoint exactly what it was.
What? How does borderline? Because I thought I crossed over it.
Well, I just didn't put it two and two together. I can't hit. You blaspheme so fast and much. I don't know where it is, where it starts, where it ends.
Listen, Jesus...
But you watch your mouth, what you say right
it's
now.
It's the reason for the season.
Well, yeah, that's right.
He is a being, capital H, he is a being of miracles and love.
Yeah, all of that.
Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Humanity. He is powerful.
Yep.
And kind.
Don't forget, died for your sins.
Died for your sins.
There you go. That'd be enough right there. He could have been a real sorry, excuse my language, SOB. And if he had done that, he deserves all the attention that he gets. But he also happens to be a loving, caring, sweet, sweet man who died for your sins.
Listen,
not just,
If he was a real asshole, if Jesus was an asshole, but then like at the last minute he died for our sins, on Twitter people would be like, I can't believe, I guess everybody loves Jesus now because he died for our sins. I got 33 years of him being an asshole. What about all that?
He wasn't, though. That's the point, though, the being. That wasn't the case.
People on Twitter would hate Jesus more than they hate Maggie Haberman.
Oh?
Just be a bunch of, like, if Jesus was on Twitter, there'd be a bunch of white guys saying, he'd tweet something like, really trying to help the poor today, and they'd be like, I guess the blind cease to exist? You motherfucker.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Do you see what Jesus said about ignoring the blind today on Twitter?
Jesus ain't going to get on Twitters.
What has Jesus got against the blind? His tweets are so anti-blind.
Just what?
It's crazy.
He wouldn't take the
then
time
somebody
to do
say,
anything.
Hello. He didn't say anything about the lepers either. Are we just going to conveniently forget about the lepers?
He wouldn't have to say anything about them because he's out there laying hands on them and making blind people see and people, leprosy, go free.
Jesus was probably like, okay, I'm going to go down there and die for everybody's sins. Can we make it at least 2,000 years before Twitter? At least.
Good deal on that. I would say that as bad as it was, what happened to Jesus, he lucky he went around.
What was I saying? Oh,
computer.
Yeah. Even Jesus would be bummed out by like 11 o'clock on Christmas. That's where I was going with that.
Well, I don't know about all of what you're saying there between Christmas Day. I agree with a lot of that, which is a reason, and I know a lot of other folks do as well. I don't know about every particular reason that you brought up, but there are plenty.
Let me ask you, if Ted Cruz, just to test this theory, let's say that Ted Cruz tomorrow died for our sins. Would we want to forgive Ted Cruz? Would we be like, you know what, Ted Cruz isn't so bad? And I'm not talking about they crucify him or anything horrible like that.
I hope not. Yeah, terrible.
Let's just say all of a sudden God appears all over the world at the same time. And he says, you know what? Ted Cruz is I'm going to bring him up to heaven. He's died for your sins in a painless, nonpartisan way. Very painless, nonpartisan death. He's just coming up to heaven. He's going to die for your sins now, and everything's fine. He really did a solid for y'all. Plus, enjoy the fact that he's not down there anymore. That's a bonus.
Well, I think all this is a pointless conversation because, first off, that ain't going to happen. And the other thing was, Jesus was a good man. He wasn't no Ted Cruz. Jesus was a good man all 33 years of life. And sadly died a good man and then come back a good man.
Did you know you were going to have to do a eulogy for Jesus on this podcast?
Well, I wasn't planning on it, but I'm happy to do it anytime it's necessary. I'm always here to say good things about Jesus. I got nothing but time to do that. That's all I want to do. And I'll say you right about Christmas Day being a little, sort of a letdown, a come down, or whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't necessarily say for all the reasons that you said it was, but that's the reason a lot of people I know just stay drunk between then and New Year's.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
It's a solution. I mean, it's not necessarily a good one, depending on if you have some health problems or physical problems, probably not a good idea to drink straight through. But if you're young enough and, healthy enough, there's some people old enough.
People be like, you drunk on, it's December 12th. Be like, yeah, it's Christmas. It's the season. 'Tis the season.
Well, I wasn't saying I was saying between Christmas Day and that ain't too long.
I thought you meant between Thanksgiving and New Year's.
No, I was saying Christmas and New Year's. Christmas Day is when things get, it's over, it's done.
Yeah.
Then you can just take a little sip of whiskey and get through till New Year's.
I think that works for Thanksgiving to New Year's too, honestly. Maybe not drunk, but at least like a little high.
Well, yeah. No, not high. It depends.
We're all a little high these days.
I ain't high. Don't say that about me.
I said a little high.
I don't do no drugs.
What'd you take this morning for your knees?
Well, that's different. That ain't high. That ain't me being high like, other people or whatever.
Just a little high.
No. My knees don't hurt. Say it like that in the store.
Well, my knees don't hurt either, officer.
My knees don't hurt as bad as they usually do. I get a little help every now and then, so be it. But yeah, that's not necessarily a good solution. I don't mean to endorse staying drunk that long. Depends on your circumstances, first off.
That's true. It always depends.
And your health. If a doctor says it's not a good idea, well, first off, he ain't a good doctor.
What doctor?
Well, that's what I'm going to say. Even if it ain't that big a deal, he ain't going to tell you that.
Hell yeah. I don't give a shit. Do what you want, I guess.
Well,
take a couple of these blank prescription pads while you're at it.
He ain't going to do all that. I'm just saying.
Let me sign my name at the bottom and go crazy. Merry Christmas. Like a goddamn McDonald's gift certificate book.
Watch it. It just, moderation is what
Dr. Good Times. Merry Christmas for Dr. Good Times. Happy holidays.
All right. I got sponsors to do, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get on here and do it. And holidays coming up. We'll talk more about it then. But right now, in order for us to keep talking about it, we got to do some local sponsors here in Murfreesboro. And as I was saying earlier, before I was rudely interrupted over and over and over again, I look forward to the after Thanksgiving as much as I do the actual Thanksgiving because of all that delicious cold turkey left over in the refrigerator. Just, that's going to taste good on bread because cold turkey is different than hot turkey. It's different.
Yeah, it's cold.
Hot temperature, different.
Yep. Like the cooking channel up here.
Well, hot.
There's that man with the glasses and so now we're here in the kitchen and he does a funny show. Here's my spice rack.
I don't know.
We're going to learn the history of spices.
I ain't seen that cooking
Alton
show.
Brown.
Who is it?
Could you tell from the voice I was doing it was Alton Brown? You ever watch Alton Brown be funny and teach you how to cook and it's also kind of science and there's
Is that the man?
History?
He's on CNN.
Doing what?
Cooking on CNN. Who was the man that killed himself, went around the world cooking?
No, that's not Alton Brown.
Who is? I don't know any of them, either one of them. So I don't know who you're talking about.
CNN's was he went around, did karate, rode around in a boat. He'd go eat the local cuisine and get real punk philosophical.
I thought it was a cooking show. I guess I was wrong about that. Ain't an old karate show. It's two different things.
Well, you got to eat to stay strong.
Well, yeah, everybody got to eat. And I tell you what, if you're going to eat after Thanksgiving, you want to get in there and get some of that cold turkey, get you a couple slices of bunny bread out, slap that cold turkey on there. It's going to be so good. But what's missing right there? What do you need?
Miracle Whip?
Well, no. You can do it that way if you want, but I'm
Miracle Whip Light.
Well,
better.
You can do it that way if you want, but I'm telling you what, if you choose
mustard,
if that's what you choose, you're gonna miss out on some. Your mouth is gonna miss out on some flavor and taste.
What?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I don't want my mouth to miss out. What do I need to do?
You need to get you some Z&H.
What?
Turkey mustard. That's right. Slap it right there on that bread. You're going to want to slather a bunch on that. I slather a little bit on the bread, and then I'm going to take a little bit and slather just a little bit on top of the turkey as well. So It's double turkey mustard.
What is turkey mustard?
Z&H turkey mustard.
Have you had it yet?
I have not, but I heard tell it is the most delicious mustard of all the mustards that you could put on turkey. And
it's got turkey right there in the name of it.
Well, yeah, it's made for that. That's exactly what it is.
So it's made for turkey.
That's right. Now, there's only a limited supply of Z&H.
Oh, shit.
Turkey
I need to go
mustard.
get me some of this.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You need to stock
Wait
up.
a minute. Z&H.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same people that made the candy corn that just recently tore this town of Murfreesboro asunder?
Now, I don't know, is that Z and H or just ZH candy corn? You.
Oh, I think the candy corn was just ZH.
Well, this may be something a little different. At least I hope it is anyway. Same logo, I guess, or same picture.
But it's got and?
It's got an and in it, so I'm assuming it's different this
You
time
made
around.
a big deal out of the fact it didn't have and on the candy corn. So.
Well, the candy corn, had it been done in moderation, might have done a lot of good for people. But unfortunately, the way humans are,
you got strung out on that
overdo it.
corn.
I did not. I was fine. I don't take it no more because everybody else was acting crazy on it. It wasn't me. My knees just wasn't good hurting. 1 in the morning, 1 at night. That's all you take. Everybody else is gobbling it all damn day long. That's what happened there. That's that moderation. Go back to that doctor again. Talk to him. He'll tell you. But I tell you what, this Z&H, they showed it to me. I got to look at it. I got to smell it.
Who showed it to you?
Huh?
Are you sure? Was it the same people from the candy corn company?
Well, not the exact same people.
What'd they look like?
Hey, man, now look.
We're trying to, maybe we can figure out who.
Look like your typical mustard seller. A mustard spokesperson or whatever
what
you
does
want.
that look like?
Just shirt, jeans,
Did they seem sinister?
Look like a man, when you go to a ball game and you want a hot dog, look like somebody.
Look like the person selling the hot dogs at a ball game?
They can, maybe not as casual as
Did
that.
he have a box strapped around his chest?
No, now I'm just saying it's just like any other, mustard hawker there is, except this ain't just regular mustard. This is turkey mustard.
It all sounds above board, but I'm just curious if they took a lock of your hair. Or
No, they didn't take a lock of nothing.
did you have to make some sort of satanic deal with them? Or
No,
was there
I
any
didn't
sort
have to
of,
make. What the hell are you talking about?
was this in like a Dr. Moreau laboratory
No.
on an island?
No.
Were you on Z&H Island?
No, I wasn't on no island. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. They just, met this gentleman, wanted to be sponsors on here. I went and met him. We met at Old Charlie's.
Oh, okay.
They
Well,
they seem nice fellas, and they got me excited for this.
What'd you eat at O'Charlie's? Just curious. I ain't been there in a while, but when you said O'Charlie's, I got a taste.
I went on prime rib night.
Oh shit!
Yep. It's only they don't do it in the evening for so long, but it's good. Yeah.
What's that drink they got? They still got them Terlingua teas. Did you get one of them?
Something like that. I can't drink. I can't drink all that.
Too sweet.
Too sweet for me. I don't like mixing.
So that's O'Charlie's. Get on down
No,
here
that's
when
where I
you're
went,
at the
man.
Nashville
Listen.
Airport. What?
They got me excited about this mustard. Like I said in the past, I slathered mustard all over, and they said, you think you've had a good turkey, mustard turkey sandwich, and you don't know what the hell you talking about yet. And they set this out, this Z&H turkey mustard. Now, listen, it's limited supply, so go get it. But it also, how like when you find wine or whatever, I don't drink wine myself, but, you keep it in the cellar for, don't open it before it's time. Who says that? The biggin said it all the time. Wine before it's time or something you have to, same with this except with mustard, you can't just get it willy-nilly and put it on, because first off, there ain't no Thanksgiving leftovers yet. You need to have the cold turkey to do it, and that ain't going to happen until the day after Thanksgiving. And that's why it says on every jar, don't break the seal until after the Thanksgiving meal. Z&H turkey mustard. Don't break the seal until after the Thanksgiving meal.
Wait a minute. Don't break the seal until after the Thanksgiving meal.
That's what it's for. You don't want to jump.
I don't give a fuck what they say.
Watch your mouth.
If I get some turkey mustard, I'm going to get a few packs of Carl Buddig, and I'm going to make me a pre-Thanksgiving sandwich. I'm going to put all this goddamn turkey mustard all over it.
No, you do that with Frenchies or whatever other kind of mustard there is.
I don't like people telling me what to do, Jackie. I don't know if you realize this is America, the United States of, and in this country, it doesn't matter what it is. People could say, hey, don't have a bunch of guns because it's going to get a bunch of kids shot. People say, I don't give a fuck what you say.
Watch your mouth.
People say, don't vote for Donald Trump. He's an idiot. Like, fuck you.
Hey, enough.
Tell me not to vote for Donald Trump. I'll show you, you son of a bitch.
Hey.
There you go. One vote for Donald Trump, please. So if somebody tells me you can't eat this turkey mustard yet, I'll say, shove it up your ass in. I'm eating it right now.
Well, that's just like you buying something from Better Buys, Best Buys, whatever, take it home to put it together, whatever it is, one of them contraptions or something, and I don't need these instructions. I'll throw this in the trash. And then you try to, don't tell me how to do nothing, and you try to put it together, and you just got a bunch of wires laying there. You don't know what the hell you're doing. It's same with this. If you don't follow the turkey mustard instructions, then it ain't gonna be what you want it to be. So you don't buy it. I guess go get your French's or whatever other kind of mustard you want, and keep away from Z and H. Turkey mustard.
But we can't even sample it. We don't know. All we have to go on is your word.
Well, their word. I didn't have it. They got me excited for it.
I guess that makes more sense. I guess that tracks.
I get excited. I want to try it. Yeah.
The company that manufactured it is the only one telling us it tastes good, and we won't get a chance to find out until the day after Thanksgiving.
Well, that's when the leftover from the turkey's in the refrigerator. That's when you want to use it. You don't use it before then. People put cranberry sauce and stuff on the hot turkey on Thanksgiving meal. You don't get the mustard out, put it on the rolls, and put it on everything else. No, mustard's for day after. Day after. It says right there on the jar. Don't break the seal till after the Thanksgiving meal. Follow the instructions or don't get it. Go get whatever else. Get you a whole damn, barrel full of whatever kind of mustard you want. Pour it all over everything. Pour it over gravy. Pour it over stuffers. Pour it over. I don't give a darn. But if you get some Z&H turkey mustard, you gonna keep it closed until it's time. End of story.
Why don't they call it cold turkey mustard then? I appreciate them putting turkey on it, but why don't they call it cold turkey or day after Thanksgiving mustard?
No, it's turkey mustard. In between Thanksgiving and next year, you can use it on whatever you want. But you don't open it. You touch it.
So don't open the seal until the turkey's a done deal.
No, it's don't open the seal until after the Thanksgiving meal. I told you already. I ain't going to say it again. It's Z&H turkey mustard. Get you, like I said, limited supply, and people going to be buying it up. So they sitting it, getting ready, counting down till the day after Thanksgiving, and have the most damn delicious cold turkey sandwich you ever had in your life. Z&H turkey mustard.
Well, I gotta say, I don't have a lot to look forward to these days, but all right, I'm gonna give it a try.
Well, good. Just follow the instructions, do it like you're supposed to, and we'll enjoy it.
We'll I don't know if I can hold out.
Looking forward to it myself, yeah.
Well, Jackie, you know that the season of giving is underway. It's time to reach down deep into your pockets. And
we ought to ask people to give the Patterson.
No, not for us.
Oh, good. Okay, we don't need to. It's bad enough we have to ask at once.
No, this is for Little Piedmont.
Oh, okay.
Little Scary Piedmont. If you've been listening to the Red State Update podcast for the last few episodes, then you know that here in Murfreesboro we've been through some trying times recently.
Yeah, sure.
With some of our elder loved ones who now seem to be on the mend. If by on the mend you mean old and feeble and
naturally as it should be. Yeah,
they're all stacked up, waiting to die over in that old nursing home. Is it still called the Fresh Linens Nursing Home in the former old fish hatchery auditorium? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, close enough, yeah.
But as you know, Charlotte Pipe and Baker Taylor, when that candy corn had made them young and spry, somehow conceived a baby. Whatever was in their recently reanimated, formerly dried out and barren loins, whatever curdled sperm coughed out of that wrinkled penis.
All right, enough. I get your point. That's plenty. I don't need to hear any more of this.
And mixed with whatever unnatural eggs was. I don't know how babies are made in the best of circumstances. But in this case, I think that the laws of physiology, is that a word? What's that mean?
Biology, I think.
What's physiology? Physiology. It sounds like go down to Coke plant.
Physiology.
Take a class in it.
Biology is all. I understand what you're saying. Because of this drug, called this candy corn drug.
Because of this.
And what it did to these people, this is a very unnatural a birth, a very unnatural child. If you could see Piedmont, bless his sweet heart, first thing you would think is that is not of this earth. That is not natural. That is nothing that could ever be. That's I don't know what it is, but it's not supposed to be this.
But here in Murfreesboro, people are kind and willing to look out. And Charlotte Pipe and Baker Taylor, as they are now just back addled and, breaking.
Well, she don't know what's going on.
No, neither one of them do.
I don't know. He has good days, I think, or good minutes at a time. But she don't know what's happening.
It's no place for Piedmont. So
no.
Letty and Remara.
Well, it's not fair to them, and it's not fair to the child.
And let's be frank, the child doesn't seem like it should be left alone.
No, you need to keep eyes on.
With a bunch of vulnerable people. Well, because he's got the face with the teeth, and then he's got the second face on his stomach with the teeth, and then there's a third face with the pieces just scattered around his body. But there's also teeth involved. So it's, even if he's not in a foul mood, and it's just a baby. Well, now it's more like it's 3-year-old.
Yeah, well.
Actually, it's more like in third grade right now. It's like a 10-year-old, maybe more like a fifth grader. The rate at which it's growing and advancing and getting inside your head is sort of amazing. And Letty and Remara, who they adopted Piedmont.
Bless your hearts, for doing that. Yeah,
if you want a speedy adoption, and this is just not our sponsor, but just something I want to say since we're here. Go down to Murfreesboro Speedy Adoption, because they will not make you jump through hoops. There's not a bunch of red tape. Now, maybe it was in this case with
It's a special circumstances, where, they were just lucky to find anybody willing to,
This was, I forgive this term, I don't know how else to describe it, a monster baby that was born to unnaturally to people who shouldn't have had babies 50 years ago.
Yeah, let alone,
And its veins must be coursing with this candy corn and whatever chemicals or
that's
magics
something, I know
that.
And,
candy corn.
I know a lot of people would think, let's just take this, child and throw it in a cage. A lot of people would think that's what you should do.
And the rest of the people would say, then take the cage down to the river and just put some rocks in there. But not here in Murfreesboro. That's not how we do things.
No, it is not. We wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't do it. And if somebody wanted to do it, I wouldn't let them.
So Letty and Remara, they adopted Piedmont, and
bless his heart,
they can't keep the little tack young adult in clothes because he chews through them, one of his mouths, and his claws and scales, and just the rate at which he's growing.
Combination of several things can't keep clothes on this on this monster baby.
He eats You can't keep it. He was on a bottle just recently, and now he's already moved over to rats and mice. What a snake eats.
Well, also loves eggs.
So,
Eats a lot of eggs.
eggs ain't cheap.
No, if he eats a whole thing of egg, you boil them eggs or, crack them raw, however you do it. He goes through 4 or 5 cartons a day is what they tell me. I mean, because, they're grateful that the snakes and the mice, that's help rodent, whatever, they help. But, there's only so many of them.
Yeah, they're not feeding him these rats and mice. He's catching them.
He's catching them. They didn't go out and say, well, the monster baby needs to eat this. But he catching them and enjoying them. Why, it's 2 birds with 1 stone. That helps everybody situation.
My only
out.
friends is what he says, except he doesn't say it out loud. You hear it in your head. My only friends, he'll say, broadcast. My only friends. And then he'll eat them up. Crunch, crunch.
But yeah, he eating them in between, cartons and cartons of eggs.
And we ain't saying you got to go down and get your flaxseed, free range, organic, expensive eggs.
No.
I go cheap eggs. You get your eggs at Cheap Eggs.
I get my eggs at Cheap Eggs, and I tell you what, this poor family saying them, if this is if that's what you do, and it's trying to help raise money for this family, right? Because they need it.
Yeah, I may have got a little sidetrack, but yes, we're doing a GoFund Piedmont.
Okay, that's what it is. All right, well, good. I just kind of
because a lot of people are scared to give money to something that they're not sure they want it to live. Now, they're not going to take the cage to the river with the rocks.
No.
But if you're like, should I be funding this? They're unsure. So we're on here saying, yes, it's just a baby child, man, almost monster. Doubling in size every couple of days, and just eating scunny down at Cheap Eggs. Says he feels bad taking their money, but what's he supposed to do? He's like, I don't get these eggs free.
No.
Well, he said, I do have a chicken.
He got to make a living.
But you got to feed the chicken.
Yeah.
And he doesn't sell those eggs. Those are for his friends. You ever get one of his Scunny's chicken's eggs?
I've been lucky enough on a couple of occasions to have been rewarded with that. And it's good too, yeah.
He told me that Letty and Ramara brought Piedmont down to Cheap Eggs, and he nearly got a hold of that chicken. Piedmont nearly got a hold of Scunny's chicken.
Good Lord.
But yes, you do want to fund this, baby. You want to reach down. Look. Come on. I don't have a good pitch for this.
That's plenty enough. Monster Baby needs to eat like the rest of us.
I think. He doesn't eat the way we do.
No, he still has to eat, is what I'm saying. He don't eat like we do, but he still
the noises, have you ever seen them try to feed?
I don't stay
They
around
love
there.
him, though.
Well, good. He needs love. That's the one thing, Monster Baby needs love as much as his regular baby.
Do you remember when they adopted that little kid from England?
That's years ago, yeah.
We called him King Daniel.
I remember King Daniel. Yeah.
He got the hell out of this town as soon as he could.
Well, yeah, he went.
But they go see him.
Oh, hell, good.
He just moved to Smyrna.
Oh, okay. Well, you ain't gonna take Piedmont up to Smyrna. They ain't gonna have that. So, I mean,
serve them right.
Well, I don't know about that. Depends on how Piedmont's behaving that day. But.
And Letty and Ramar were like, I think I'd love to have another little child in the house. And I don't care. And they went and they saw it. They like, okay, well, this is a different situation. They were like, well, we handled that English baby pretty good.
And a lot of people frowned on that, too. I remember people think, well, why would you get a baby from over there?
And, this was a long time ago. You know, things have changed.
Sure.
For the worse. But still, Letty and Ramara have a lot of love in their hearts, even for this monster baby.
But they ain't got a lot of money in the bank.
And they ain't got a lot of eggs.
Yeah, after having him for a week or so now, they need help. So if you can contribute, that's your sponsor is Piedmont Monster Baby.
GoFund Piedmont. GoFundMe. They couldn't actually use the GoFundMe.
They don't
GoFundMe.
need to give it. You need to turn around and give that $20 back to them. That would get at least,
Well,
how many cartons of cheap eggs $20 get you?
I spent that money.
Why'd you
already.
spend it? If you
$20, I go to the guy to get an RC, a pack of cigarettes. That's $20 damn fucking
I
dollars.
know it is. Watch your mouth. Don't say that. But when the computer bill comes up or whatever, the microphone bill, all of this comes up. Electricity bill for sure.
You walk into a Golden Gallon, it's $20. Come on. $20 ain't shit.
Don't go in there is the point. And if you do go in there, go in with your own damn $20. Not,
Maybe I shouldn't have taken Letty and Remara's $20.
It'd been a public service just trying to help.
Them trying to look after that monster baby. Also, they don't know how, monster baby needs to learn. Piedmont needs to learn.
They going to have to homeschool. They ain't going to let...
How they going to do that?
I don't know.
Every day's in another grade.
I don't know.
Got that look on his face like, I'd love to eat a tutor. But in your head, all you hear is, I love you, thank you, I love you, I love you. More rats, my only friend. Where's the eggs? Where's the eggs? Thank you, I love you. But the look on his face is not that.
No.
You ever date somebody, it's like, I love you, but the look on their face was not that? It's like that, but more dangerous.
Well, yeah, less human.
So they can't GoFundMe. It says, sorry, we can't allow monster babies on our platform. This is for when churches burn or when people get sick. GoFundMe is for if a tree falls on your house or there's a bad wreck or somebody gets sick.
Or if you don't want to serve a gay person in your place of business.
Also political stunts.
Yeah.
But not for monster babies.
No, this is a sincere and necessary. If we can raise some money for these folks, they sure do need it.
So we got one of the kids from school down there to do make them a website. So it's GoFund Piedmont. Get on there. I don't know if it's .net or .eggs or what, but go down there and look up GoFund Piedmont on a computer and give all you can, because this baby is eating and growing and just really kind of burrowing deep inside your head.
Yeah.
Not literally yet, just mentally.
Yeah. You spend too long getting around. That's the reason I don't go that much. And it's not because I'm scared or anything. It's just like I just assume not to have some of them thoughts.
Yeah, the thoughts, it's hard. It's like a headache with
words.
Words.
Postcard to you
Go vote. Go vote. Is that what you chant it? What?
Don't chant.
Go vote.
Nobody wants you chanting.
Go chant.
They're iffy about this.
Yeah. Well, what am I supposed to do? How do you say it?
People know to go vote.
All right. Well, they don't though. So I don't think that a lot of people do know to go vote.
We just said it for an hour.
Oh yeah.
You're right. Okay, let's send them out. Or the good one. Hey, idiot.
What?
You hate Trump? Are you iffy on him? You like sticking it to people? Did you think it was funny, Trump, at first, riling everybody up, even though that seems to be against everything Andy Griffith would have taught?
Yep.
Did you like that? And now he's been president for 2 years. He's still fat, rich, gross. Doesn't really give a shit about you. You can see that, right? The only thing you could like about him possibly at this point is that he's riling people up. But don't you want to be the one? Don't you want to be the one who riles? Wouldn't it be fun if you voted down a bunch of these Republicans who put this piece of shit riler up in office?
Turn the tables. If you like it...
Turn the tables!
If you like him throwing a fit and hollering and mad, there's nothing that's going to make him more that way unless you vote down the ticket blue. If that's how you like your Trump, angry and mad, screaming and cussing, and I know you do, get down there and vote blue.